this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something better.
Hello, good people. Welcome to Raw Vegan Rising. My name is Shane Sterling at your service. Thank you for being on this video with me today. The assumptions people make about me as a raw vegan. Do people make assumptions about you? We all make assumptions about each other, but the truth shall set us free. Why don't we get committed to looking behind the veil and understand what's really going on? What makes life work? What makes our bodies work? What makes health work? Let's look at it and not just make assumptions and not just be dogmatic and follow the sheep in front of us. You know that thing that's going around, the sheep circling in China for 12 days because the sheep just focus on the sheep in front of them and they get caught in a circle for days and days on end. Well, isn't that a perfect analogy for our mainstream society? Look, it's good to think for ourselves. I've been a raw vegan for 5 years. Being a raw vegan helps me think for myself. It brings me out of the matrix. It brings me out of the conditioned thinking that others think in. I literally am doing things differently. I'm literally not eating processed food, not even heat processed food. I'm literally consuming whole, undenatured, raw living, high vibrational foods every day, day in, day out, with diet and lifestyle consistency, exercise, good vibrational thinking, positive mindset, focused on making a difference for others, other focus, calm, grounded, presence, future focused, vision led. That's what raw vegans do. Raw vegans are grounded, present, and vision led. And it's part of the diet. The diet gives us insights and structure and disciplines that set us free. Absolutely set us free. And the truth will set us free. Now, I'm 50 years old. I know people think that I look much younger than my age. I was just in the gym yesterday, and a guy was talking to me, and I said, well, I'm 50 in the conversation. He was like, what? I can't believe that. He was like, I would have thought you were 30. This is a guy standing this close to me at the gym. He was like, I thought you were 30. He's like, I'm 54. He was all gray, balding, like most 50-year-olds. Now, I've been focused on health my whole life and mostly plant-based my whole life, okay, and raw for the last 5 years. Now, I eat fruits, vegetables, raw nuts and seeds. I make smoothies. I make salads. I eat sprouts. Once in a while, I'll let myself have a bite of starchy vegetable, but I'm almost 100% raw. I would say 95 to 100% raw most days, okay? Now, I've been doing this for 5 years because it is a discipline. It's also the way that makes me feel my best, and I've detoxed my gut. I've cleaned my gut out so that I have impeccable absorption, digestion, and utilization of food. Now that's next level. That really helps us feel our best. If you want to be raw vegan, everything I've learned, I've put into my free video course called How to Go Raw Vegan Start Here Guide. Now, I'd highly recommend you sign up for that because it's inspirational and it's just peeking behind the veil so we can be truth seekers, so we can understand how things really work. And I put my all into this free video course, everything I know. It's a 6-part video series, free to sign up. If you go into the description below, you can put in your name and email to get that instantly to your inbox, video number 1. I will not spam you. You can unsubscribe at any time. This is about helping those thrive on a raw vegan diet who are interested. This is about helping those who are interested, who are maybe their interest or curiosity is piqued. Maybe they've thought about raw food. This is helping you to understand this is not just a diet. This is not a fad. This is not some weird extreme thing or fringy thing to do. This is absolutely square on, centered, grounded, aligning with natural law. This is what allows our bodies to thrive at the highest level. 50 years old. Hello. I got a little gray in my beard, a mustache. I have it kind of grown out today, but I have no grays on my head at all. I've got really good skin for someone my age, good muscle mass for someone my age. I work out. I feel great. And a raw vegan diet is really the only way to go. It's the only way to go. Cooked starches don't do it. Cooked animal products don't do it. Cooked foods just don't do it. Raw, whole, undenatured, high vibrational foods do it. And let's talk about the assumptions, okay? Here we go. Now, I could go on and on and on. I'm on social media, on my Instagram. I make TikTok videos. Oh, by the way, I would highly recommend you sign up for my Instagram account. My Instagram's rocking these days. I've had, I don't know, 20,000 followers in the last few months or something. I've gone viral on Instagram, and it's really fun. So go find me on Instagram, Raw Vegan Rising, and follow me there. I share a lot about my food, what I eat in my stories. I'm always posting my meals. You can really learn a lot about what I do there. Okay, now let's talk about those assumptions people make. I've got 5 of them. Okay, let's talk about just the top 5, and I could go on and on and on. Like I said, on social media, I could list 100, but for the sake of this video, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 1, people assume I'm weak. But as a raw vegan, it's easier to build muscle because you can absorb better once you clean out your gut. If you eat raw food consistently over time, not for a month or two, but consistently over time, you'll find that the gut starts to adapt. Better absorption, better bowel transit time, better utilization of food. That means you can get more nutrition from less food. 80% of the population is nutrient deficient, and boy, can we see it out in the world. People are not in a good way. People are not in a good mindset. A lot of people are easily set off, aggravated, triggered, focused on the past. Very few people are really vision-led, and the strength of that personal leadership, the strength to go to the gym, the strength to be disciplined every single day, the strength to move past your fears and your weaknesses, build a healthy gut microbiome on raw food, that takes incredible strength. It takes strength of the mind, the will, the spirit, the vision. So people think I'm weak, but honestly, I'm really one of the strongest people I know. And people who know me will agree that I have an impeccable work ethic, impeccable discipline. Now, I can bench press a lot of weight at the gym. I'm strong. I'm one of the strongest guys in the gym. I have old-timer gym guys come up to me and say, wow, you're bench pressing that. I bet, that's a lot of weight to be bench pressing. I got comments, because I'm strong, because I'm disciplined, and I work at being strong. So the misconception that raw vegans are weak is only for people who are weak. You don't have to be weak. Weak is in the mind. Weak is literally just a lack of dedication, lack of vision. If you have vision, you can be strong. Number 2, people assume that I'm not masculine. Now, in fact, my alpha masculine leadership skills affects thousands and thousands of people. I've got 1,200 people currently in my Raw Vegan Heroes membership. Now, alpha masculine leadership isn't about being loud, boisterous, being some bro that's aggressive or dominant. Being masculine, being the alpha leader, is someone who quietly makes sure everything is working, supports all systems that are malfunctioning, whips through the environment and makes sure everybody's good. The alpha works silently behind the scenes to help lead, not leading out in the front loud and boisterously, but leading from a sense of, look, we can all do this, leading people from within, more of like the coach saying, hey, we're all capable. Dig deep. You've got this. Come on. Now that is exemplified in my Raw Vegan Heroes membership as just one example. I've got 1,200 members in there. Speaking of which, Raw Vegan Heroes is amazing, and I would recommend that you join for the incredible community and accountability. Did you know that accountability is what makes you strong? Way stronger than knowledge or discipline, way stronger than willpower, accountability, being around others who are doing it. You see someone else do it, you're like, oh, I can do that. Yeah. But if you don't see others doing it, you're like, oh, no, I couldn't do that. If all you see is meat eaters and fast food and junk food eaters and people who are sick and overweight, that's all you're going to think you're capable of. But if you surround yourself with 1,200 other people who are focused on thriving on a raw vegan diet, guess what? You're going to say, hey, I can do that. No problem. I see all these other people doing it. Well, that's the power of accountability. And that's what my masculine leadership has brought to the table. So people think I'm not masculine because I'm raw vegan. Well, I think the people that are unhealthy, eating junk food, and focused on the past, and easily triggered and aggressive, those are the people who are not masculine. And this goes for women too. For us to be in our proper alignment, our proper balance, our proper polarity, where we actually thrive, we have to eat raw food. There's no other way around it. Raw food will help us see the path for us. Raw food will inspire us deeply. And raw food will lead us effortlessly, even if we know nothing about it. Just by eating raw food, it will lead us down that path of alignment so we can be the best version of ourselves. Number three here. Number three. People assume I'm in the Illuminati. They assume I'm in the Illuminati. I get it all the time. When in fact, I'm actually free from the matrix of control and manipulation. I have been my whole life. This is why I've been plant-based my whole life. Before there was the internet, before there was any, way to access information like that. People think I'm in the Illuminati because I talk about a vegan diet, and Bill Gates promotes plant-based burgers and stuff. So that must be the Illuminati. Look, I don't eat plant-based burgers. I don't eat any cooked food. I don't eat any GMO soy or corn or any of that garbage. I eat raw fruits and vegetables, raw nuts and seeds, fueling my body with the highest level of connection to high vibrational God consciousness. That's what it is. That is the definition of being free from the matrix. By eating a raw, high vibrational living foods diet, you are not controllable. Your mind thinks for itself. You are instantly outside of the box. You are outside of the circle of sheep that go around in a circle for days on end. So the people assuming that I'm in the Illuminati, those are the ones who are in the matrix, controlled, asleep, fear-driven, easily triggered, easily manipulated. Fear is actually what allows us to be most easily manipulated, and eating a raw vegan diet keeps us out of being fearful. It relieves our anxiety. It promotes a well-being in our deepest sense of where we come from and who we are, and it provides us with a sense of purpose and mission in our life, and that's how we get out of the matrix. Number 4, people assume I'm nutrient deficient and taking lots of supplements, when in fact, I am building the most robust, healthy gut microbiome possible on a purely undenatured, whole food, raw food diet. Now, when we have proper absorption, that's when we can get all of the nutrients we need. 80% of the world's population is nutrient deficient. How does that make any sense? Because people have filthy digestive systems, and so we can't even talk about nutrient deficiency until we talk about the health of the gut. Get your gut cleaned out. You've got to completely empty the food tube. I started my journey with a 40-day juice fast to remove mucoid plaque. And when you remove mucoid plaque, you will improve your absorption and digestion. So there's 3 supplements that I take so that I'm not nutrient deficient. And this is what everybody needs to take, except these 3 are fortified in all processed foods and meat and livestock and feed that's given to livestock. So the 3 that I take are B12, iodine, and D3. Those are the only 3 I take. And D3 I get during the summer, but I'm in North America. There's times of the year where I don't get enough vitamin D, so I will supplement that. But otherwise, I get it from the sun. Iodine is just deficient in the soils. Everybody should be taking iodine unless you eat processed foods, and then they add it in there. It's fortified. And then B12. Also, B12 comes from bacteria synthesizing the cobalamin mineral. So it doesn't come from animal products. It comes from bacteria. If we have a healthy gut microbiome, we're going to have the most optimal chances of our own body synthesizing B12. But nonetheless, eating animals to get a supplement doesn't make any sense. They give those animals supplements. Let's not eat supplements by supporting the factory farming system. That makes no sense. Let's just be smart about it. So it's weird because people think I'm nutrient deficient when 80% of the population is nutrient deficient. Oh, and 45% of meat eaters are anemic. That means half of all meat eaters don't get enough iron when they're eating the food that's supposed to be high in iron. Come on, clean out the gut, people. This is why we're peeling back the truth. We're looking behind the curtain. We are truth seekers here, and we are seeking the truth. The truth is in the gut. The gut microbiome is the stem, the root system of our entire body, including our body's ability to connect to the divine. This is our vehicle. This is the vehicle that connects to the divine. And if this vehicle is undernourished, underfueled, under energetically optimized, we will have a hard time connecting to the mainframe computer, the motherboard. We'll have a hard time connecting to the divinity that is our true origins. And we won't feel connected to God. We won't feel our purpose. We won't feel what's driving our hearts and what we really should be contributing to this planet. In fact, that's why we get focused on the past. And that's why we see omnivores so focused on the past, primal living, ancestral living, all this focus on the past. That's because without the connection with the cellular matrix and the raw living foods, that connects us to the sense of vision, the sense of purpose and contribution to the future. Without that connection, all we have is the past. And that's why we are so overly focused on the past. Okay, number 5, people assume all I eat is soy. When in fact, I eat no soy at all. Most of the soy crops grown in the world are GMO. Well, I don't eat any soy at all. I eat raw fruits and vegetables, raw nuts and seeds. Okay? And I make sprouts, I make smoothies, I make salads. I make sure my macro balance is very well balanced between proteins, carbs, and fats. I focus on omega-3s like hemp seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds. And no GMO soy or corn for me. However, people who eat meat and the omnivore diet are eating GMO corn and soy in large amounts. So that's going to directly mean that they're the ones eating soy and corn. And it's ironic because people who eat meat, for instance, they're eating soy and corn. That's what that meat is grown on. So it's ironic that people make assumptions, but we're truth seekers. And I want you guys to follow the truth and not follow some erroneous sheep going around in circles for 12 days. We've got to be our own authority and our own thinkers. Now, I was talking about how the real strength comes from accountability and not knowledge or willpower. This is why I recommend you join my group coaching program, Raw Vegan Heroes, for accountability. Accountability makes us strong. Strength in numbers, strength in witnessing others. This is the crab bucket. This is a different crab bucket that we invest in, that we choose. The crab bucket is a great analogy. I don't know if you've ever heard the crab bucket analogy, but it goes like this. There's a fisherman on the pier, and a guy's walking down the pier, and he sees the fisherman with a bucket full of crabs. And one of the crabs is trying to climb up out of the bucket, and the guy says to him, "Hey, put a lid on that bucket of crabs. They're going to climb out." And the fisherman turns to him and says, "Nope, the crab will try to climb out, but all the other crabs reach down and pull him back in because all those crabs want to keep that crab in that bucket." Now, how are you going to get out of your crab bucket? How are you going to get out of the people pulling you back down to poor health and poor mindset and poor status quo for your well-being, poor vision, focused on the past? You do that by joining a new crab bucket. Raw Vegan Heroes is miraculous. Okay, we've got 1,200 members in Raw Vegan Heroes, and it's the best group coaching support for raw vegans, truth seekers, juice fasting, detoxification, and health that you will ever find anywhere in the world. It's currently the best, hands down, the best. So if you go into the description below, you will find a link for Raw Vegan Heroes. There's a 75% off discount for a limited time. Click on that link and read everything you get. You'll be absolutely amazed at what the Raw Vegan Heroes membership has to offer. And you know what? This is the time to join. Now, as the world is struggling. Now, as we are becoming more divided. Now, as we need to become more vision-led than ever before. We need you on this team, the Ascension team, the Awakening team. So if you hesitate and you say, "I can't afford it," or "I don't know if I have the support," or "I don't know if I have the time," you're making excuses for your low self-esteem. Let's rise together and support each other. Accountability is how we do that. And the Raw Vegan Heroes group is waiting for you. Highly recommend you join. That's where I am. I do a weekly Q&A. You get a bowel detoxification guide on how to do a juice fast. You get our amazing support community. You get my 14-day meal plan. You get my amazing moderators and coaches who are in the group. We got 4 coaches in the group. And you get my live stream replay library. You get my Success Path video course. Check out the link. It's going to make you say, wow, it's the best You know, it's the best raw vegan support in the world, hands down. I hope that was helpful, everybody. Much love. Thank you for being on this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm over here in Austin, Texas today, sending you much love. Love beams to you watching this right now. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Is this what you want now? Feels like you're looking for something